Lake Mary has some neighborhoods that are great and some that aren't so great. Today, I'm going to be sharing the good and, well, the not so good sides of Woodbridge Lakes, a gated community tucked away here in Lake Mary, Florida. Now, this won't be a long video, but stick around to the end as I'm going to be sharing some information not just about Woodbridge Lakes itself, but also some information about how it compares to a few other neighborhoods here in the Lake Mary area. First, let's address the location of Woodbridge Lakes, which I believe may be its very best asset. Woodbridge Lakes sits on Reinhardt Road just south of the fairways at Lake Mary, which is a gated apartment complex, west of Timuquan's Golf Course and Dawson Lake, and on the north side of Manderley, which is another single-family home community. It's just under 2 miles to I-4 up to the north towards Sanford and Deland, and under 3 miles to the south en route to Orlando. The 417 and the 429 are right close by too, so it's hard to imagine a better location anywhere here in Central Florida. Let me know in the comment section below if you can think of a single neighborhood with a better location than Woodbridge Lakes, because I cannot. Sanford is Lake Mary's nearest neighbor on the north, and Longwood is its nearest neighbor to the south. The ride to Orlando from Woodbridge Lakes would take you about 30 minutes without traffic, and it'll take you about 40 to 45 minutes to get to Daytona or New Smyrna beaches. Before I get any further on the location aspect, if you're finding value so far, do me a huge favor and hit that like button, as it's one way to support this channel's effort here in the Lake Mary area. Being right off Reinhardt Road, there are all sorts of administrative and professional type jobs within probably just a mile's reach, and Lake Mary as a whole is loaded with professional type jobs. I believe that Woodbridge Lakes is probably the closest community to all of these jobs, as many other gated communities are out on the west side of I-4. Historic downtown Sanford, which is just 10 minutes up the road, is a great place to enjoy some of their restaurants, breweries, and the Riverwalk. But right here in Lake Mary, there are a bunch of great restaurants. There's shopping, golfing, and of course, Top Golf is just up the road, 4 or 5 minutes from Woodbridge Lakes. Plus, the Cross Seminole Trail, which is part of the Florida National Scenic Trail, is right here in front of Woodbridge Lakes. It runs from down to Winter Park all the way up to Sanford. This is a great trail for walking, running, or cycling, and you're going to see plenty of locals taking advantage of this great trail on a daily basis. Next, what is Woodbridge Lakes all about? Well, Woodbridge Lakes is about a lifestyle. The location, the style of homes in an area of higher priced homes is really what sets this neighborhood apart. It's an unmanned gated community of around 276 very nice homes with a small playground area, and the homeowners association right now is under $100 a month. That $100 a month doesn't get you very much unless you're using that playground quite a bit, but the grounds are really kept up nicely. There's no swimming pool, there's no tennis courts or pickleball courts or golf courses in here, but all of those things are right close by. In my mind, $100 a month in a gated community like Woodbridge Lakes is a really good deal. If you're looking for bargains, then maybe Woodbridge Lakes and Lake Mary is not the place for you. I'm Chuck Shaver, and I'm a local realtor here in Central Florida, and I'd be grateful if you'd take just a second to hit that subscribe button and that little bell so that you'll be notified whenever I post other videos just like this. Of course, if you have questions about Woodbridge Lakes or anything else real estate related here in Central Florida, simply pick up the phone and give me a call. Now, back to the topic of expense, and let's look at what it costs to live here in Woodbridge Lakes. At the time of this video, the median sale price in Woodbridge Lakes for the last year was around $510,000, which is above the median for Lake Mary as a whole for the same period, which was around $439,000. Timuquan, a similar neighborhood just north of Woodbridge Lakes, had a median sale price of around $574,000, but they've also got the golf club and all that in there. Manderley, the neighboring community to the south, had a median sale price of right around $418,000. So you see that there's quite a bit of difference between the neighborhoods that are within a small geographic range. If you've got a bigger budget, then maybe you should check out Heathrow or Steeplechase, as they've got much more of a luxury feel than Woodbridge Lakes. If price is an issue, then heading up towards Sanford or even up across the St. Johns River Bridge in Volusia County is where you'll generally find more homes at a lower price point. But then again, you're surely not going to get the lifestyle, the luxury that you get here in Lake Mary. Most of the homes in Woodbridge Lakes were built from 1997 to 2001. As such, the lots tend to be a little bit bigger than today's lots. Now, not that they're big or anything like that, but they're mostly 0.15 to a quarter acre lots. Many of these homes have lake views and the streets tend to meander a bit, so there isn't too much of a cookie cutter feel in this neighborhood. There's a pretty good pride of ownership, and everyone really seems to keep up their homes, and the community really has a good overall aesthetic feel to it. So far, we've spent a lot of time discussing the good of Woodbridge Lakes, and there's plenty to like here, but we all know that there's little in this world that's absolutely perfect. As such, I'm going to stretch a little bit here and address what I believe are a couple of faults with Woodbridge Lakes. First, where's the swimming pool? Now, I get that every neighborhood is not required to have a swimming pool, but a neighborhood this nice, I believe, should have a pool. It isn't like the residents at this price point cannot afford another $100 a month. Another complaint that I have is the way traffic is becoming an increasing problem right here in Lake Mary. Now, I don't know that Woodbridge Lakes can really do anything about the traffic, but it does make the idea of moving out to the country to get away from all this mess a little more enticing. Along with all this traffic is the noise associated with it. Now, there are several hospitals and medical facilities right close by, and the sound of ambulance sirens from those hospitals combined with the police sirens from all the traffic accidents, seems to be becoming a regular part of life here. Yes, Woodbridge Lakes is still tucked away, but the noise levels still seem to travel quite a ways. What do you think? What am I missing here? Please let me know your complaints about Woodbridge Lakes in the comment section below. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the good things that I may have missed too, as even though I've sold homes in here, I don't live in Woodbridge Lakes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.